I never imagined that a single sentence could unravel everything I held dear. I need to find out who I truly am, I whispered to him, my voice trembling yet laced with a quiet determination. I thought I was being honest, brave even, choosing the uncomfortable truth over the ease of silence. But to him, those words sounded like a final goodbye, like a declaration that I was walking away for good. In his eyes, I wasn't setting out on a journey of self-discovery. I was severing the bond we'd built together. And perhaps, in a way, he wasn't entirely wrong. My name is Isla, and I never meant to shatter his heart. What I was trying to do was save my own before it completely fell apart. We had built almost 3 years of a life that seemed to glow with perfection from the outside. We were the couple everyone admired, the ones with perfectly curated vacation photos, witty captions, and anniversary dinners by candlelight. Our friends looked at us with a mix of envy and admiration, convinced that we were destined for a lifetime together. But beneath that flawless exterior, I was fading, losing myself little by little. My passions, my dreams, my sense of self. They were slipping away, quietly and unnoticed, as I became a version of myself that only existed in relation to him. I loved him deeply, with an intensity that still aches when I think of it. He was thriving, his career soaring, earning promotions, chasing his ambitions, shaping the future he had always envisioned. I cheered him on, felt a surge of pride at his victories, and celebrated his success. But inside, I was sinking, drowning in a sea of questions I couldn't ask. Who was outside of us? Had I become nothing more than an echo of his world, my own aspirations buried like forgotten relics? Some mornings, I would wake up feeling like a stranger in my own skin, as if I were watching my life unfold from a distance, too far removed to feel anything but emptiness. For weeks, I wrestled with my heart, torn between the desire to keep our life intact and the need to rediscover who I was. One night, I could no longer hold it in. We were sitting together on the couch, him absorbed in his phone, me lost in my own spiraling thoughts. The words spilled out before I could stop them. I think I need time to figure out who I am, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. He looked up, his face a mixture of confusion and hurt, as if I had spoken in a language he didn't understand. What are you saying? He asked, his voice laced with apprehension. I fumbled, trying to find the right words to explain, without causing him pain. I feel like I'm losing myself, I said, my voice shaky. I've been putting us first for so long that I've forgotten who I am, just as me. I just need space to rediscover myself, not as your partner, but as me. I thought I was being open, vulnerable even, but he didn't hear openness. He heard rejection. He didn't yell, didn't beg me to stay. Instead, he fell silent, a quiet that was heavier than any argument. After what felt like an eternity, he nodded slowly and said, "All right." I thought that meant he understood, that we would navigate this together. But I was wrong. 2 weeks later, I returned to his apartment to collect a few belongings I had left behind. I was met with a cold, unwelcoming reality. My key no longer fit the lock. I buzzed, waited, and received no response. I stood there in the hallway, clutching my bags, feeling like a stranger in a place that had once been my home. I texted him, but my message went unanswered. I called, only to be met with the silence of his voicemail. The next day, a single message appeared on my phone. Asterisk, I thought you wanted space. I'm just giving it to you. Asterisk, I should have been stunned. I should have been shocked by the suddenness, the finality. But deep down, I wasn't. I hadn't realized how quickly someone could erase you when they felt abandoned. To him, space meant something different than I had imagined. I thought it was a pause, a moment to reflect, to talk things through, to reconnect later with clearer hearts. But instead, he erased me from his life as though I were just a chapter he had grown tired of turning. Within a month, I heard he was with someone new, not a stranger, but a woman he had once sworn was just a friend. The pain wasn't about wanting him back. It wasn't about wishing I could undo what I had said. No, the real hurt came from the realization that I had been replaced so effortlessly, as if my presence had been nothing more than a brief moment in time, a fleeting interruption in a life he had already moved on from. The weight of that truth hit harder than anything I could have prepared for. And as I stood there, watching his new life unfold without me in it, I realized that maybe in his eyes I had always been temporary. It wasn't just the absence of him that stung. It was the fact that I had given everything to a version of us that had only ever existed in my mind. In his world, I was just another chapter, another memory to be forgotten. And that, more than anything, broke me.